Okay, I hope you can hear me. Hello, dear friends. Good afternoon. Such a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Okay, now let's try it different. Hello, dear friends. Good afternoon. Such a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. So here I am in Fondation Cartier, Cartier Foundation for Contemporary Art Museum, and usually this place charge $15, and I was thinking maybe I can take advantage of my age, so I asked. I am a senior, but there is no special price for senior. There is a specialty for young people, younger than 30 years old. And also, I said I'm a teacher, and they ask, they have an art teacher specialty. Only if you are art teacher, that is me. So, and even I am teaching in America also. So I got an art teacher free of charge coming into this exhibition. And this is a contemporary art. In another word, it's modern art. And from the bottom of my heart, I always have some hard time to understand modern art, especially nowadays when I listen to a lot of artists talking about modern art and seeing the modern art exhibition. I become more and more and more and more confused. And I saw one of the artists said, this is just the money laundry. It's a money laundry scene, modern art. And I do not understand. But anyway, different people, and some people say that the art has changed. Modern art is not about some philosophical pounding. It's just money laundry. Maybe this is some sore artist who is not making enough money out of this modern art, not famous enough, not got themselves to be in the insider circle. Anyway, I do not understand, but this is cool, this place, and I will use my judgmental mind to just come here and see it, and see what I can get out of it. It is comfortable, climatisé, air conditioned, everything is perfect. Let's go to have a walk in it. Okay, so here is a piece of acrylic painting. Now let's see what it is by artist Bruno Novelli. Terra Maravilhosa. I think this means something like the marvelous, marvelous earth, something. So let us take a look. And the Fondation Cartier, this foundation, you see that is glass. And from outside, you can even see this exhibition. That's putting people the ordinary people, the tourists, real life or active life activity together melt into the artwork. I find it very interesting. Beyond everything, I always find that the big, huge modern art museum, if there is hard to understand their artwork inside and have hard time to appreciate the artwork inside, there is at least one thing we can very well appreciate is the architectural design. And it's always something that break the old box and thinking outside, thinking different. And I find it fascinating. See the life, and I just, it's almost like how do I say it? People reading to see a drama, to see a cinema inside the museum. And I love to see the people's activity, their emotion, their way of walking. I will not zoom in because that's people's private. But for now, with such distance, I think it's just so random and so beautiful. Coming to Paris, there is one thing I feel very, very, very eye-opening or rewarding is about this. Is about that people reading. It's almost like a live fashion show. People are pretty. People are unique. Maybe everyone has is not the same standard of beauty, but there is a sense of liberty, the freedom, and to be yourself. Look at this; it's just so very cool and fascinating. Okay, let's come back to this work. And this painting is by Bruno Noeli. And this painting attracts me immediately because of its color. It's a very vibrant color and a lot of green and a lot of neon color. And it mentioned that this is a combination of the middle, the old time, the mythology story of chimera. It's a little bit unrealistic, abstract chimera. Can you feel this is a chimera? Maybe that's the leg and the paw, and that's the body, and the head. I have a hard time to find the head. And this is another chimera with the artist illustration. So starting from the mythological time, mythology of chimera, and medieval kind of painting. I actually do not find anything of medieval painting. Maybe this is just just a little bit bragging or a little bit interpretation. Let's do it. Interpretation from the explanation. And also it borrows the old ancient way of landscape. That I can see a little bit of this Chinese landscape painting, the river, the mountain, and a lot of white space. And maybe because the artist is not Chinese, in China we just use plain white space to allow our imagination to grow, to keep on. And this one you can still see the color, so there is a trace of the artist the artist's interpretation is not completely the Chinese way, that there is nothing. It's completely the Chinese way is there is nothing, plain white, let you to imagine. But this one does have something, some of the light pale color. You can see almost water. I'm not saying who is right, who is wrong. I just want to see that this one is the combination of different time of style, different geological place of style, and different cultural background of art expression. Well, it is not me to make any critic or something, but maybe that's the intention, not to make it very realistic. And I don't know how to interpret these modern arts, but by the explanation, it helps me a little bit to understand a little bit more. But I always think art does not need any explanation. How you think, oh, that looks like the head. The head is this flying dragon or lizard kind of flying head. I have some hard time to understand, and I'm too short of knowledge, and I don't know what to say. Do you like it? I find it just eye-opening to see these artworks. And beyond that, I still have a hard time to appreciate. This one is a tree work, and this is an original painted on canvas. Okay, now let's take a look at another piece of artwork. I better not to put the artist name. So this piece of painting, and I just listened to the explanation from the curator of this museum. So it is painted by an Australian Aboriginal artist. I have very hard time to understand, and maybe this is the typical core of modern art. contemporary art. So this is a painted by an Aboriginal artist. She was 82 years old, started to learn painting. At 82 years old, she started to participate a senior art program and got addicted into painting these kind of big, large works. And just in a couple of years, she became so famous that her work sold all over the world and became a very much desirable collection item. C'est comme un conte de fées, n'est-ce pas? Isn't it a fairy tale story? I just cannot understand. And this piece of painting is about the landscape of her place. So she used strong contrast color to paint mountains, waters. Am I the problem, or the painting is the problem? I do not see mountain. I'm sorry. I do not see water. I'm sorry. I am the artwork coming to this big foundation to have an art show. If this is 1 million, if this is a few millions, it will be an insult to the foundation, don't you think so? Right? But I kind of feel insulted. I cannot understand. Is this art? Is this art because it's good? Or is this art because someone has too much money and wanting to make a story? I cannot understand it. And this museum is in the center, the very heart of Paris. Behind it is Louvre. On the side, many other. On the side is Comédie Française. I think it's La Comédie Française. La Comédie Française is the comedy theater. This is the very, very, very heart of the museum of Paris, and with huge, see, the huge construction, the huge building. I cannot imagine the real estate price of this place. And we just passed by a store, people lining up to buy a small bag, not even useful, for thousands, tens of thousands euros. Why? Am I too old? Am I too DUMB to understand this world? How can I not understand it? it's eye-opening. It's eye-opening. And this is one of the point to come to visit modern art museum is to break my value, is to completely smash my standard, or not standard, it's completely smash my sense of, or confuse or distract my sense of beauty, my sense of value, my understanding of value, of beauty, of usefulness, of goodness. It's completely this is the point of modern art museum, to make us rethink about life, right? That's the most valuable thing we get out of it. The most valuable we get out of modern art exhibition is to understand that we can be completely wrong. We can be completely innocent. We can completely naive. We can completely out of this world. Right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Another thing about this museum is that there is a children's playroom. We will take a look at the end of it. And this one is atelier. They call it manufacturing. It's more or less like our maker space. So as an art teacher, really, I am quite inspired by this particular place. First, there is this print making, and I think you can use a piece of foam, put a lot of color on it, and then use the negative to print it. That makes me some idea in my art project. And on the bottom is 3D building making or building decoration. It's a wonderful paper art, right? And that one is kind of a carving or molding. This one is engraving for a project, and then you put in color, use a piece of thicker plastic. And that one is movable, so you can use some balancing force. That's a very inspiring project. Later we will see the weaving project. Another thing I find in my class, I always have trouble that the tabletop is very dirty or very messy. Too many things. On the same table, there will be students doing painting, another one doing drawing, another one doing origami, another one doing clay. So, because students are usually stationed in a certain place, in a certain seat, fixed seat. So they are just about to open up a workshop. So I can see that if I arrange my class differently, there is one table for printmaking, another table for 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 weaving or something, and make the space, make people change more, and make the station more stable. That will be a better idea. I'm quite inspired by this actually. So this is the weaving station. I have practiced to weave some. This will be very interesting to let students do, so that they can do something more regularly, up, down. They can do with some space. This is a good project. Okay. Another thing I want to say, here is the elevator. When I go to places, especially hotel and museum, I do not like to use elevator because I want to see the stairs. But this stair, I just cannot walk for today. I wear a very short skirt, a very short dress, and I can see if I walk from that stairs, can see. This makes me so uncomfortable. Yeah, and the designer must have not so good intention or no intention at all. I do not like it. Okay, so there are photography exhibitions. I do not know the political meaning behind it. Is that because plastic frozen so that it will pollute? That's a pollutant. That is a pollutant. What is the meaning behind it? This one I also do not understand. Is this talking about our environmental impact by using plastics? Do not understand yet, or just about life. So the whole museum experience, there are some good, you can see that there are some of these wood block printing, wood block in carving art. That is quite inspiring. But majority of this is just give me a lesson that going to learning art does not, it just makes me very, very confused. After coming to this museum, they have the most expensive things, the richest, one of the richest company in the world, showing us that, oh my goodness, I do not know how to say this, to teach us one thing, to teach us that learn art from a young age. Learn art from the young age is no use because you can start to do art at 82 years old, which is quite inspiring. From 82 years old, start to do art. But on the other hand, I don't know what to say. You decide. And now here is another piece of painting that really inspired me. I feel this is real art. I do not know. Maybe it's there is no real art or not real art. It's that some art that I can understand, I can appreciate, and the other thing is just in the other different art form is for us to break our established way of thinking art. Maybe I can say it this way. Here are two pieces of artworks by the same artist. His name is Chéri Samba. Chéri Samba. And he was born in Kinshasa, the capital of Congo in South Africa. And he liked to do painting, drawing at young age, and worked as a painter and as an illustrator, cartoonist. These are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful artworks. So this one is called J'aime les couleurs. J'aime la couleur. I love color. So he made his face like cutting out, but you can see the proportion is just perfect, right? And he made his face and some places covered his face and his upper body, torso, and cut it open like ribbon, and the inside is kind of flesh. So this painting is kind of provoking our sense of saying the world around us. I do not understand very, very much of this particular painting, but I really feel this is provoking us to see and challenging us to see the world, or mostly to see ourselves, to reflect ourselves, to reflect our sense in such an active, provoking way. And I love it. I love it because of skill, because it's just immaculate, wonderful, impeccable skill and art process of the work. And this one, I did not understand at all. La vraie carte du monde, the real world map. I did not understand. With a little bit explanation, I start to understand. Not with explanation. It's with this word. As-tu déjà essayé de changer ta vision du monde? Does this one change your view of the world? Now I start to think that part looks like Australia, starting from here. And then this looks like America. And this part looks like Asia and Africa part, right? And now it starts to make sense. So he actually painted this world upside down of the world map. Our world map, north is on top, south is in the bottom. And he break it up, or he turn it upside down and paint it this way, and provoking us to see our world in another way. And I found it so interesting. It really makes me to think something that I have never thought about. Another thing makes me very, very, very interesting is that I'm very curious about South Africa, the southern part of Africa, or Africa. How can they be so talented? I have on the internet there was another artist, Jono or something, he did wonderful, immaculate, beautiful, realistic drawing, pencil drawing. He's from South Africa. Is that particularly that people from that part of the world more gifted than others? This makes me very, very. Anyway, this is such a wonderful work. This place, Fondation Cartier, really is challenging our view of art with the mixture of everything. This is so Parisian. So this is this building. What we are seeing, I think, yeah, I think this is what we are seeing now. We are inside. We are inside. That must be me. And I am looking from outside. I am on the street. This is the model of this place. You can see a long, long, long building, and then it opens up, and we go to inside the museum. This is the inside of the museum, and on top of it is actually open space, and here with some trees, open space. I have never been here. We are only in this lower part. And see on top, this is the top part. Another thing very interesting, you can see this architectural design is very interesting. The building is actually cut off. That is quite a typical, I think it's Osman. He cut Paris streets to make big boulevard. Yeah, that is not a perfect north-south. It's made kind of radiating way. How interesting. Oh, this is straight. But this part is not straight. Here is another piece of artwork I really like. And this one is by a Congo artist also. He designed the futuristic city of Kinshasa. Let's see the artist name. Bodies Isaac Kingeles. Body Project pour le Kinshasa. So, du tourisme millennium. In 1997, he designed this city. I have never been to Kinshasa, so I do not know whether this is real. This is a utopian design, utopian city design, and this is so very interesting. This used cardboard designed, maybe some thin wood, but this kind of easy cut out project. You can see, oh my goodness, if I do project with the students, they will be so happy. And this one you can use some big tubes, packaging tubes, and that one I can use some tapes. Each time when I finish a big roll of tape, this is very much students' desired. And some of these long circular, you can use toilet paper roll, and all this is just so fun. Oh, I love this. It's designed for Kinshasa. Love it, absolutely love it. So, oh my goodness, I don't know what to say. So I am on the one side shocked, disappointed. On the other side, excited, encouraged, and full of admiration. And so on the one side, there is, if there is something good out of this experience, it is really shocking, eye-opening. And maybe that is the purpose of modern art. It's for you, for the viewers to digest. Once you put yourself into the exhibition and use your own brain to see the exhibition, to feel the exhibition, instead of listening to others with fear, with awe, with admiration, with blind respect. I think it is more important and more resultful or fruitful or worthy to have your independent view on things. That may be wrong, but that's not the point, right? The point is we can build our own independent thoughts. And these independent thoughts may evolve. There will be time we change ourselves. We build up our respect or we build up our dislike. That's another story. So please excuse my judgmental, personal, biased, and ignorant blah, blah, blah about this museum tour. I think however other people think, however other people say, it's not important. You have your own view of things. That's what I have learned from today's experience. And do not think about money. This may cost a lot. This may not cost a lot. Art is not valued by money. Or art is valued by money in a lot of people's sense. But your heart is valued, or your value is measured by the value of your time, the value of yourself is measured by your own by your own energy, heart used in seeing those exhibitions. That's what I want to have you laugh at, right? You must be laughing at me. I deserve to be laughed at. Thank you very, very, very much. I love you. I really do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Guru, guru, bye. Bye.